Hello and welcome to another edition of Autocar India Quick News, your weekly wrap of all the happenings from the automotive world. Before we get into the news, please do ensure that you're subscribed to the Autocar India channel and have hit the bell icon to be notified every time we have a new video up. We'll start the week's news with Tata Motors and its next big launch, the updated Nexon. What you see here is a rendering of what the final model will look like. What's evidently clear is that this is not going to be a mere facelift but a comprehensive makeover. The model will sport a new front end with cues from the curve concept. The updated Nexon will have a more squared out front end with a clearly defined bonnet line and a slimmer grille. Flanking the grille will be a strip of LED DRLs that are part of a new split headlamp arrangement. The main lamps now sit lower down in a dedicated housing. Changes to the sides will be restricted to a new design for the alloy wheels, while the contrast detailing under the windows will be subtler now. Styling at the back sees a big change too, in fact the biggest since the Nexon was launched in 2017. The treatment will be more angular courtesy sharper cut tail lamps and a new tailgate. The bumper will be redone too to reflect the edgier style. Updates to the Nexon facelift's interior will be as comprehensive as the exteriors. Spy shots have hinted at a completely redesigned dashboard with a larger touchscreen, a redone center console, a new digital instrument cluster, and a new backlit two-spoke steering wheel. As for powertrain options, the Nexon facelift is expected to continue with the existing 120 horsepower 1.2-litre turbo petrol engine as well as the 115 horsepower 1.5-litre diesel engine, both of which can be had with manual and AMT transmissions. The big mechanical upgrade should come in the form of the option of a new dual-clutch automatic transmission for the petrol engine. We'll be seeing the updated Nexon in the coming few weeks ahead of its launch in September. The current Nexon is priced between 8 to 14.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom, and it's safe to assume a bump up in prices with the update. Do you like what you see? Let us know in the comments below. Over to Mahindra, that had much to show at its annual Independence Day event held this year in South Africa. Leading the charge was the Thar.e concept that previews an all-electric Thar of the future. Shown in 5-door form, the model looks very different to the current Thar on sale. Sure, the upright shape and boxy silhouette conforms to the off-roader template, but the treatment is very different to any Mahindra yet. The Thar.e's front end consists of a pair of squarish headlight units set amidst a black panel that is styled to give the look of a grille, below which sits a chunky bumper. Flat surfaces, exposed hinges, and chunky tires are elements you'd see at the sides, while the flat tail is home to squarish taillights and the spare tire. Renderings of the interior show a functional space. The Thar.e is not only very different to the current Thar in look, but also how it's put together. That's because it's based on Mahindra's in-glow Ola Electric architecture rather than a traditional ladder frame chassis. The concept features an 80 kWh battery pack and ground clearance is in the 250 to 300mm range, but no other technical details have been shared. Do watch the video in which Mahindra's Chief Design Officer Pratap Bose gives Hormuz a walk around of Thar.e and talks of its most interesting elements. Shown alongside the Thar.e concept was the Mahindra Global Pik Up concept. The model gives us a first look of an upcoming pickup from Mahindra that is being developed primarily for export markets like South Africa, Australia, and the Middle East. The connection to the Scorpio N is apparent right from the front, though detailing is different, particularly at the grille. The heavy-duty bumper sports a massive bash plate and tow hooks, and helping establish its adventure credentials are the concept snorkel and a roof rack with a wide LED bar at the front. While Mahindra hasn't revealed specifics, the wheelbase has been increased to allow a reasonable sized load area. The tires mounted at the back are frills that won't make it to the production model. Mahindra says the Global Pickup will be packed with technology like Level 2 ADAS, semi-automatic parking, and 5G-based connectivity. Safety kit will include a trailer wobble mitigation, which is an ESP function that detects when a towed trailer begins to wobble and employs brake and throttle interventions to control and counteract it. Mahindra has said that the production model will be based on the next-generation ladder frame chassis that is being readied for global crash tests. Mahindra has also confirmed that the new pickup will be powered by a Gen 2 MHOG diesel engine, which will be offered with a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic gearbox. A petrol engine will be offered later, and 4-wheel drive will be part of the package as well. Along with the unveils, Mahindra also revealed launch timelines for its future EVs. The Mahindra XUV E8 will be the first new electric SUV to be launched, and it will come in December 2024. It will be a sister model to the petrol and diesel XUV 700 of today, but will be very different under the skin, being built on Mahindra's in-glow skateboard platform. Next up will be the XUV E9, which will be launched in April 2025. The E9 is essentially a sportier looking coupe SUV version of the XUV E8 and with 2 rows of seats. It will likely share the same mechanicals and interiors with the XUV E8 too. Following these launches will be Mahindra's Born Electric SUVs from its BE range. The first of the launches will be the BE05, a 4.4 meter long coupe SUV which will be launched in October 2025. The off-road focused derivative, the BE Rally, is also expected to go on sale around the same time. The larger and more luxurious Mahindra BE07 will go on sale in April 2026, which is actually 6 months before the original timeline Mahindra had presented. Curiously, the BE09, the largest SUV that Mahindra had shown, wasn't mentioned in the new launch timeframes. Also worth highlighting is that the Bolero and Scorpio N are also now confirmed to spawn electric derivatives in the years to come. Coming to the launches of the week, Audi has introduced the Q8 e-tron in India. The Q8 e-tron is essentially the updated e-tron SUV. As before, the model is available in SUV and SUV coupe body styles. Prices for the Q8 e-tron start at 1.14 crore rupees, and both body styles of the Q8 e-tron are available in 50 and 55 form, with the differences coming in battery size. The 55 variants now get a larger 114 kWh battery pack, up from the previous e-tron 55's 95 kWh unit. The lower spec 50 variant also sees a bump up, with battery capacity now standing at 95 kWh, up from the earlier 71 kWh. The battery packs power 2 electric motors, one on each axle, and churn out a combined output of 340 horsepower for the 50 series and 408 horsepower for the 55 variants. Torque figures are the same for both models at 664 Nm. The bigger batteries have yielded more range. The e-tron SUV has a maximum claimed range of 491 km for the 50 version and 582 km for the 55 version. The more aerodynamic Sportback versions have a slightly higher range of 505 km for the 50 variant and 600 km for the 55 variant. Audi claims the Q8 e-tron 50 can charge from 0 to 100% in about 4.5 hours, while the 55 variant with the larger battery packs takes 6 hours for a full charge with the 22 kW AC charger that's supplied with the car. In look, the Q8 e-tron is identifiable by a restyled grille that's home to Audi's new 2D logo. There's also a new light bar that visually connects the slightly tweaked headlamps. The front and rear bumpers also get edgier styling, and there's a new design for the 20-inch rims too. The interior, however, remains largely unchanged. Features of note include a 10.1-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system, an 8.6-inch screen for the climate control, an all-digital instrument cluster, a 16-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, a panoramic sunroof, 4-zone climate control, and a 360-degree camera. Hyundai has launched the Venue in a new night edition with prices starting at 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The night edition Venue remains mechanically unchanged and only brings cosmetic changes to the compact SUV. On the outside, the Venue gets blacked out elements at the front grille, roof rails, alloy wheels, wing mirrors, and front and rear skid plates. Hyundai has also added brass-colored inserts on the bumpers, alloy wheels, and roof rails to make the paint scheme stand out. The front brake calipers are painted red. Logos all over the car get a dark chrome treatment, and the SUV gets a night emblem as well. On the inside, the night edition gets all black upholstery and brass highlights. New additions to the Venue include a dash cam and an auto-dimming rearview mirror. The dash cam is a dual camera setup which is already available on the Venue N line. Switching over to two-wheelers, there's lots to talk of courtesy Ola Electric that had its annual customer function on the 15th of August and had much to announce. The electric two-wheeler maker launched its new entry-level offering, the S1 X. The new electric scooter is offered in 3 variants, with the most affordable 2 kWh version priced at 89,999 rupees. The mid-spec 3 kWh variant costs 99,999 rupees, and the top-of-the-line S1 X Plus variant that packs in extra connectivity features has a price tag of 1,09,999. Notably, until August 21, all 3 variants are available at a 10,000 rupee discount off the aforementioned pricing. Talking specs, the base model with the 2 kWh battery pack gets a claimed top speed of 85 km per hour and a 0 to 40 acceleration time of 4.1 seconds. Certified range for this entry-level version is 91 km. The higher 2 variants get a range of 151 km. Ola had previously stated that the S1X sports a peak output of 4.5 kW, but now it's claimed to be capable of producing 6 kW. The mid S1X and top spec S1X Plus, which get 3 kWh battery packs, are capable of a top speed of 90 km an hour and an acceleration time from 0 to 40 kph of 3.3 seconds. The underpinnings are simple with pressed steel wheels and drum brakes on both ends. A telescopic fork up front and dual shock absorbers fitted on a double-sided swing arm at the back takes care of suspension duties. The S1X is built on Ola's new Gen 2 e-scooter platform, meaning it sports a level floorboard owing to a revised frame. Though similar to the S1 Air, there are a few key differences between the X and Air. The biggest change is that it doesn't get a TFT touchscreen, instead gets an LCD display. Aside from this, the S1X also features more unpainted black plastics than the S1 Air. Bookings for all three versions of the S1X have already begun, with deliveries for the top spec S1X Plus slated to begin by the end of September. As per Ola, the lower two versions will reach buyers only in December. In addition to the S1X, Ola has launched the second gen S1 Pro, priced at 1.48 lakh rupees. The second gen S1 Pro is built on the same Gen 2 platform that the new S1X and S1 Air are based on. The new S1 Pro Gen 2 gets an updated motor that now produces 5 kW continuous and 11 kW peak output, compared to the S1 Pro Gen 1's 5.5 kW continuous and 8.5 kW peak output figures. As a result, the claimed top speed has risen from 116 km to 120 km an hour, and the claimed 0 to 40 kph acceleration time has dropped from 2.9 seconds to 2.6 seconds. Although the battery capacity remains the same at 4 kWh, the certified range has risen from 181 km to 195 km, and true range in eco mode has gone up from 170 km to 180 km, owing to an improvement in the battery pack as well as its efficiency. Charging time, however, remains the same. 0 to 100% takes 6.5 hours. There are also chassis changes in the Gen 2 that now gets a conventional telescopic suspension instead of a single-sided front suspension. This update also brings a flat footboard as well as a slight weight reduction from 121 kg to 116 kg. However, boot space has dropped by 2 litres but still is a commendable 34 litres. Bookings for the model have already begun and deliveries will begin from mid-September. Ola also showcased 4 electric motorcycle concepts at its event. The concepts were in the form of a cruiser, an ADV, a roadster, and a futuristic-looking sport bike that the company calls the Diamond Head. Very few details of the bikes were shown and pretty much no specification details were shared. The Ola Diamond Head electric bike has a large dome-like windscreen, an LED strip headlamp running across the width of the motorcycle, and large clip-on handlebars. The bike has a shrouded digital display that gets revealed by a retracting plastic cover when the bike is switched on. The most unusual element is the huge swing arm at the front, which suggests that this Ola electric bike uses a hub-centered steering system as opposed to a conventional fork setup. Unlike the chain drive on the other bikes, this one has a belt drive system, and 2 big front disc brakes suggest that this will be a performance-oriented product. Ola did not mention the exact launch timeline, but we should see the first of Ola Electric's motorcycles at the end of 2024. Hero MotoCorp has teased the new Karizma XMR 210 that will officially launch on August 29. While the teaser is just a silhouette image of the motorcycle, it does reveal some key details about the new Karizma. The new Karizma will have a sharp-looking fairing, a substantial windscreen, and the mirrors will be mounted on the fairing itself. Other details of note are a clip-on handlebar, a muscular fuel tank, a split-seat arrangement, and what appears to be ducts under the pillion seat in the tail section. The new Hero Karizma XMR 210 is expected to be powered by an all-new liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine. Details remain scarce, but expect an approximately 210cc engine that will compare to a 6-speed gearbox. Of the other things, expect the Karizma XMR to get all LED lighting, a telescopic fork up front, a monoshock at the rear, and dual-channel ABS. We can expect the new Karizma XMR to be priced around the 1.8 lakh rupee mark, and upon launch, it'll rival models like the Yamaha R15D4 and Suzuki Gixxer SF250. And that's all the news we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us, and see you all next week.